Hello and welcome back to Paranormal PNL Podcast, located in Newfoundland and Labrador, Canada. That's PNL Podcast for short. I'm your host and founder, Jen Noseworthy. Thank you for tuning in to UPRN, United Public Radio Network, 107.7 in Ireland and 105.3 FM on that Gulf. For tonight's November 11th, Veterans Day and Remembrance Day in Canada special on UPRN segment number 53. I've got two USA veteran guests tonight waiting backstage from Granbury, Texas, who I'll introduce shortly. Now it's time to grab your favorite beverage, a few munchies, and get ready for the show tonight. Paranormal NL Podcast is sponsored by the Bog Team. It's a boots on the ground Bog Team doing historical paranormal investigations in Newfoundland and Labrador, Canada. Bog Team music heard on the PNL Podcast intro and the exit is available for download on all social media and music streaming platforms. And you can follow PNL Podcast and the Bog Team and all their socials and their link tree, Paranormal NL Podcast. Check out their merch and smash on that subscribe button. It all helps, folks. And tune in to UPRN every Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern for a PNL Podcast with a live chat watch party. Now, PNL Podcast believes in supporting international paranormal networking and highlighting global paranormal people, places, and things. Now, it's time to get on with the show tonight. I have two USA veterans on the show that I'd like to honor for their service. These veterans are also avid in the paranormal world. They are veteran father and son paranormal investigation team called RIP, Research Investigation of the Paranormal, out of Granbury, Texas. And we've got on the stage USA Army veteran Greg Stephens, and I'm going to pull on USA Airborne vet Brandon Lee. Welcome.
Hello. Good to be here.
Should I say welcome? Yeah, welcome back, because y'all were on the show before with PNL Podcast before I joined UPRN back in 2024, back in season 2, episode 132. I met you guys in Denton, Texas, when you were there with Teal Grey at the Independent Order of Oddfellows-graveyard. A whole bunch of y'all were there. And then you came on again for Season 2, episode 142, back in 2024 for Remembrance Day, Veterans Day then. Mm-hmm. And you were on 2025, UPRN segment 29 for Memorial Day. So people are starting to get to know who RIP are, right? Woohoo, go RIP Army. So tell us about, when I say RIP Army,
That's right.
You say that. Okay. Tell us again about yourself, Greg and Brandon. Who wants to go first, Dad or son?
Again, I'll let son go first.
Brandon.
Oh, finally, I get to go first this time. I finally grew up.
Yes.
I am finally grown up.
You got promoted.
Yeah.
He's married, and they have a bun in the oven. Awesome.
We do have a bun in the oven, yes. Very much so.
Congratulations. So,
Thank
Greg, you're going to be a grandfather. Brandon, tell us more about yourself.
All right. So my name is Brandon Lee. I've been doing paranormal investigations since about 2006 when Dad and I joined a team. He originally he joined the team first, and then I kind of followed suit about a couple months later. And that's when I really started getting into the paranormal, because that's when I had my official first paranormal experience. Having my head getting pulled to the side down in the obituary room.
Yeah, and we'll get into that more in the show later. Yeah.
So from then on, we broke off. We created RIP, Research and Investigation of the Paranormal, and my sister was the one that came up with the name.
I love the name.
Oh yeah. Oh, we do too, and that's we heard it and we were like RIP, and we ran with it.
Yeah, love it.
And we just started doing paranormal investigations, helping people with whatever that they were going off, what they were dealing with in their homes and businesses. And then we just kept progressing to bigger haunts, like Yorktown Hospital, USS Lexington, Myrtle's Plantation throughout the years, and yeah, it's been great.
Y'all have been all over. So let's introduce your dad, Greg.
What?
Welcome. There you are.
You good, Dad?
Tell folks a little bit about
Yeah,
yourself.
there I am. Yeah. Oh, Greg Stephens, been doing the paranormal forever and ever since I was a little bitty kiddo. Used to see a lot of things that nobody else used to see when I was just a little lad. And
So you are
and
Army,
it's
correct?
just, yes, I am Army. I went in 1986 and retired in 2014. So
Yeah,
I made a good career out of it.
off here we were talking a little bit about, I wanted to talk about the history of today. Like, for example, in Canada, we call it Remembrance Day, right? And we got all these
Right.
poppies and stuff like I got on my hat, and like you see there on the
Right.
banner there.
Mhm.
But and of course, y'all, and we in the U.S., when I say we, because I'm also American citizen, USA Veterans Day, right? So that honors all military
Right.
living and deceased for
Mhm.
the U.S., but Remembrance Day in Canada specifically focus on honoring those who have died in the war, symbolized by the red poppy. And I'm holding this poppy up because
Right.
it's a hand-knit poppy. We do not want you to buy these hand-knit poppies. They're nice, but the money doesn't go towards the veterans. You got to get this one like this on my hat, a bunch of them, right? They go directly to them. And the red poppy, that symbolizes the sacrifice of the soldiers in the war, and it's distributed by the Royal Canadian Legion. And it was inspired by the John McCrae's poem in
That's
Flanders
right.
Fields. Yeah, and that's why you see all the poppies and stuff.
Flanders Field. Yep.
Yeah. So in 1921, Canada started doing that to raise, needs for the veteran and the fallen soldiers. But Veterans Day, believe it or not, I didn't notice, this originated in the U.S. On Armistice Day to commemorate the end of World War
Armistice, yeah,
One.
Armistice Day.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, but then the focus shifted to all the veterans after World War II, right? Versus us, we're talking about just the ones who were in the war. But now in the US, it's about every single veteran, right?
Mhm.
Whether you're,
Correct. Correct.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So another thing I wanted to point out, like the forget-me-not flowers. I know a lot of people are wondering, where the heck have you got forget-me-not flowers and caribou up there? Well, here in Newfoundland and Labrador, usually on July 1st, Newfoundland signifies the Newfoundland Regiment's loss of the Bowman Hamel during World War I. So there's like 7 memorials around the world. And we in Newfoundland erected a National War Memorial. And we have the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier, which was something really, really new. Like, we actually have a sarcophagus tomb that was installed at the base of the National War Memorial last year. And I was there to witness the remains of the soldier from World War I who got repatriated from the battlefield of Northern France and placed in the tomb for the 100th
Oh, wow.
anniversary of the War Memorial. So, yeah, so it's a big deal here in Newfoundland and Labrador. And, for the folks listening here on Veterans Day, on November 11th, we really want to honor all veterans across all the world, not just the U.S. and Canada. But thank you so much for your service.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
It was my
Yeah,
honor.
I wanted to throw a little bit of the history out there. Is there any kind of history that you guys
That was
want to add?
great. That was perfect.
Is there
Yeah.
anything that y'all want to add to that? Or I know that off air I'd mentioned like September 11th. And I was on a podcast not too long ago, and somebody said, well, hey, people shouting out the names of the people who passed away and some of the people who fought over there. Why do we keep saying their names? Well, we don't want to forget all these different wars and what happened, because we don't want them all to happen again, right?
Exactly.
That's right.
And
That's exactly right.
I
But
remember.
now,
Go ahead. I'm so sorry.
I was going to say, Brandon, you guys have a really special cause that RIP does. Do you want to talk about that?
Absolutely. So we like to do charity events, basing the event on 22 a day, and unfortunately, 22 a day. It's a number, but it's not the accurate number. veterans and first responders who take their own life.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the the actual statistical number?
The last one is I got was 58 a day.
58
Yeah.
a day.
And I'm sure the
Yeah,
number keeps rising, because there's
it
so
does.
many triggers and
Mhm.
stuff. And I hope this show doesn't trigger anybody. This show is meant to help people like you do, Brandon and Greg. I mean, tell us more
Yeah,
about how you help them.
So
yeah. Go ahead, Brent.
we'll do the event, and we'll whatever anyone who comes to the event, they pay the money. It's not really they're paying for the event itself. They're paying for a donation to the charity that we're giving the money to, that helps the veterans and first responders. It's a cause near and dear to my heart and my dad's heart, and unfortunately, I know too many people, because one is too many for me, but I know a couple of buddies of mine that
Yeah,
have,
agreed.
unfortunately.
Yeah, me too. I've known a lot. And so another thing I didn't share was that I used to work for USA Veterans Affairs before I moved back
That's
home to
right.
Canada. So
Mhm.
unfortunately, I've seen a lot. So
Yeah,
I'm
you
sure
have.
you all have too. Did you want to talk a little bit about some of your history of when you were active, about what you saw that may have, made you? I know there are some things that got you into the paranormal, but were there some things like during action that you saw?
I didn't actually see any combat, unfortunately. I say unfortunately like a sane person, but uh, the only firefight that I
You and
only
that.
did one. What's that? Yeah, I was there. The only firefight that my company was involved with, I wasn't there. But I was there when we were having mortar attacks around the base.
Yeah,
Uh,
I mean, that
and
must have been something,
mhm. So like with me, like I kind of flinch at loud noises now. Like especially if it's like coming from behind, I'll kind of flinch a little bit. Um, but the guys that I talked to who were in that firefight, thankfully we didn't lose anybody. Uh, but that next deployment that they did, I was already out of the active duty and I was in the guard at the time. A couple of buddies that I was friends with in my company, unfortunately, were attacked and they lost their life.
I'm sorry, Brandon.
It's war. It's not
And that's why we want to remember it and we don't want to repeat it, right? And
exactly.
and is there, I know that, during these times they have fireworks and all things like that. Does, for some veterans that's a hard time to get through.
It is, and I have a couple of buddies of mine that struggle on the 4th of July. Uh, and I remember there were some signs that I would see. Sometimes with the fourth, when it comes to 4th of July, there'll be a sign that says, "War veteran lives here. Please be courteous with your fireworks."
Right, right.
And yeah,
Yeah. And Greg, do you have anything to talk about that?
Oh yeah, I've gone through a bunch of all that and have guys uh, lose their lose their lives. So gave the ultimate sacrifice and everything else. And fortunately, every time I went down, I was able to bring my guys back. Uh, but
Thank goodness.
yeah, but I do have friends and stuff that I even actually brought back that ended up just couldn't deal with a lot of stuff, and unfortunately they did take their life. Even though I was in the middle of doing our charity ghost hunts and trying to promote the 22 a day and trying to get all the organizations that I can together to help, the veterans and stuff. Um, Sometimes it's just too much for them, and they do what they do, and I hate that. And but that's just the way it is. But we do what we can. If we can save one, then that's awesome, and hopefully
yes,
they can bring that forward too and help others with themselves. But there's a bunch of charity organizations out there that when you're talking about the 4th of July and the PTSD and stuff like that,
Right.
veterans
And
organizations
Veterans
that
Day.
bring out them, take them hunting and shooting and stuff, just try to bring their mental capacity back in line and tune and stuff like that. So they're not losing their mind. And when they do, hear like firecrackers and stuff like that. And, it just kind of gives them a good sense. And, not everybody's out to shoot you and try to blow you up,
Yeah.
but
Right.
you're in
Yeah.
control. So
Yeah.
There's a
And then for Veterans Day and Remembrance Day, I know there's a wealth of different platforms that people can reach out to. And again, the Royal Canadian Legion is a
excuse me.
huge one here in Canada, and for the U.S. And besides Veterans Affairs, there's a lot of other ones like what you guys do. So yeah, I know that's just
Right.
one small aspect of it, right?
for
So
sure. And I
see,
would say the one thing I would say is I wish the VA could do more
agreed.
than what they are doing right now.
Hmm.
But that's just my opinion.
No,
Yeah,
agreed.
I think they can do a little bit more.
Yeah, I, as a person who worked there, I want to say I can't divulge a lot, but
No, understandable.
of course, this was back in, with a different administration when I was
Mhm.
there. Yeah, completely different. So, it's ups and downs, right? Depending on who's in office. And, we were talking backstage about, people nowadays, you can't say if you're blue or red. Some people, you don't want to talk politics because it's such a heated topic. And I try to stay away from it on my show because of that. And it's a sad thing nowadays to have to do that.
Right.
But,
Don't
and
talk to my wife though. She'll tell you her opinion straight up.
right? Yeah. And, that's a whole nother aspect of support, right? Brandon, is the wives and the families. Do y'all want to talk about that?
Dad that's all you, man.
Yeah. Well, yeah. We couldn't keep it. Excuse me. Getting over the crud. We couldn't keep it together if it wasn't for our families back home. That's for sure. And then
Yeah.
and the support when we do come back. The big thing out of it is that us as the soldier being deployed, when we come back, we don't expect that things to go back just like it was before we left. You have to ease back into that, because your spouse has been taking care of business at home for, 9 to 12, 14, 15 months while you're
Right.
downrange, taking care of the bills, taking care of the kids, taking care of like that. And you can't just come back and just like, all right, I'm taking back over. That's how divorces happen. So yeah, we couldn't make it without our families. That's for sure, for the love and support that they have. So I credit everything back to my wife and Brandon's mom and everything else, because if it wasn't for her, it'd have been a hell of a lot tougher.
And we
Yeah,
got to
and-
make a shout out to your para family, right? And I see also your pet there, Brandon.
I mean, if you want to call him that, he I don't even know what to say about him. He's just all over the place.
And how about your para family to the rest of what we call, a lot of people listening who don't listen to the paranormal, who are listening to the show are thinking, what's a para family? What does it mean to you guys?
For me, it's definitely
Well,
team.
go ahead.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
To me, it's team based. But parafamily could also extend to like the people that we've helped, people that we have actually who were skeptics and then turned into a straight up believer because they just saw that light turn on, or they just saw that shadow on their mouth just go.
Right.
that.
You've helped a lot of people. Did you want to talk about some of the folks who you've helped in Texas?
You can go ahead, Dad.
Oh, as far as the paranormal stuff goes,
Right. Yeah.
yeah. That's how that's our original mission, is to help help families and people that having issues at home, who think they've gone crazy and stuff like that, and don't really want to reach out to anybody and stuff like that, but they do reach out to us, and we try to give them everything we can. You do this long enough, you become a psychologist, you become a family counselor, and everything else, marriage counselor, the whole 9 yards. But we're a faith-based group, so prayer is very much into our world. When we pray in, we pray out. I like to uh, once we find out that the families is a prayerful family, then we're all about it, and that gives them a lot of comfort and help and stuff like that.
I love that. Yeah, prayer does help
Yeah,
a lot.
yes. So, but we've also run across people that has zero faith in anything, and but that's all right. We still pray for them too. We help them out as much as we can and everything
Yeah,
else.
some
But
people.
that's our original goal, is to help the families and let them know that they're not alone, and if they need anything, they can always reach back out to us at any time. And some do.
And that's a good thing. I mean, that you can really help folks with stuff like that.
Absolutely.
Right,
And
100%. And as far as the paranormal family goes,
And
Brent.
as far as you guys
No, you're good. You're good.
I'm getting a laugh at y'all. You're letting each other talk,
All right,
and
sorry.
the other one's like, what?
Yeah,
I think
so as far as the paranormal family goes, that in our world, in our immediate paranormal team, we're all again faith based, and everybody's is a patriot, and all about the military and everything else. And what's really cool is that, and Jen, a lot of our people that we hang out with and stuff. When I do my charity ghost hunts and stuff, they always
Right.
come out to help, hands down. They, whatever we can do, even if they buy tickets just to, help and not even be a part of it, other than just buying tickets
Just for
and being there
support.
for us and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Yes,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, the whole community kind of comes out and participates,
that's
right?
what's so awesome.
And now talk to us about Granbury and where you guys
As
do
you
your
know,
work.
the paranormal.
The paranormal?
I'm sorry.
You were saying, as you know, the paranormal?
I think I'm losing you.
I'm right here. Can you hear me?
Oh,
I think
yeah.
you're-
That's a cut. That could be. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Hear me now.
Yep. We can hear you. I know we got spotty transmission, but we're good now. We're good to go here now.
Right on. I was just gonna say, the paranormal community can be a cutthroat business.
Yes, it can.
But
unfortunately, sometimes it can.
get
But
with
for the
not anything
majority
like
of
that.
us,
You
you
always,
said, we do stick together, right?
Absolutely.
That's 100%.
So, Brandon, you were telling us a little bit again about what happened to you a few times when you were younger.
Yeah, the very first paranormal experience that I had, it wasn't the head pulling. It was earlier in the night. We went into the room, we sat down, and I can't remember if there was a female with us or not in that group, but we heard an old lady hum, and it was so loud that everybody heard it, but it came from the other room.
Okay.
And it was like a hum or something like that. I'm like, what the heck was that? And I said, shh. And Dad goes, what was that? And I said, oh, that was me, because doing the shh 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 thing, because I didn't think he heard it. And he kind of looked at me. He was like, well, obviously it wasn't you. And after that, shortly afterwards, we were down to where they did not the obituary. Did I call it the obituary room earlier? I don't know why I called it that. The mortuary room.
Okay.
Oh my God. I'm sorry. I got off work and it was a long day, but we
all right, man.
So we were down there and they were doing the spirit box session. This is the first time I've ever seen the spirit box session, and I'm in the corner by myself. Everybody's out is in front of me, and like I know everybody was in front of me. Nobody was down there or in that area besides me. And next thing I feel is 1, 2, 3, and then my head gets pulled. And as soon as that happened, I'm like, Dad. And
then, yeah.
it's been game on ever since.
Yeah, it's next level when you feel something physical, right? And then
Absolutely.
when you audibly hear it. So, Greg, what did you do when Brandon shouted out, "Dad"?
I said, "What did you do now?"
Yeah.
Were you provoking again, Brandon? No.
No. I didn't start provoking until I was 13, 14, and that's what got me into a whole mess of trouble when I was 16.
Oh no.
Yeah.
What
But you were
happened
next to James when that happened.
I was next to James. Yeah, he
started really young, right? He started young, right, Greg?
14.
14. That's pretty young to go on investigations.
Yeah, and they were saying that too. Like, Brandon, I think you're a little too young for this. And I'm like, yeah, well, if you're doing it, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be doing it too. Might as well go ahead and get me started so I can learn early. And trust me, it was a hard lesson to learn because I said the wrong thing to the wrong entity. And I wound up being oppressed. I wound up being oppressed to the point of possession when I was 16.
Oh gosh, yeah.
There's a good chunk of 3 months of my life I do not remember.
Yeah, we don't want to do any provoking, right, Greg?
That's right.
Yeah,
well, I mean, to an extent, but at the same time, you don't want to use inviting words. This is my opinion. Like, don't use inviting words. But if you're gonna provoke, do it lightly. I wouldn't go Zach Bagans on anybody or any spirit that you're talking about. That's what got me in trouble.
Okay.
That's exactly what got you in trouble.
I'm going to pull up this picture here again because I love the little flashlight session that you did with Jesse James there. And that's a popular place over by where you live, right?
Right down the street.
It's a cemetery right down the street from the square. Yep.
Yeah.
And he's like 4 plots over from where my mom and dad and little brother are buried.
Do you think he's sick of people coming to visit him based upon all this stuff at the grave?
Yes.
I think so.
Because it's another thing. Do they get sick of people visiting? Can you imagine somebody coming in your house all the time and sitting down and
exactly.
saying, what are you doing? What's your name? Push something, do something. I'll be like, get out of my house, you know?
What I like to tell everybody whenever we're doing like our charity events and we have like a whole group of people like come in and this is the 6th group of the night. I'm like, so just giving you guys a fair warning. We have been talking these spirits to death. They may not do anything now. Just giving you a heads up. And most of the time it's right. Like it'll be dead. We'll barely get anything, but we'll still get some responses. Just not as active as it was earlier in the night.
How many people do you usually take on your tour?
It could range to 10 to 20 people.
Okay.
A group, yeah.
Yeah, so that's a fair amount, right?
And,
do you provide the equipment for them, or do they have to come with their own equipment?
They can bring their own equipment if they want to,
right?
But we do allow them to use our equipment as well. I like to go around. I'll be like, all right, who wants to hold the K2? Who wants to hold the digital recorder?
And Brandon, what's your trick for them not sticking that in their pocket and walking out?
Oh, we have somebody that we designate somebody to keep account of our equipment.
And how do you do that? The reason why I'm asking is because that's a thing, right? I mean, even though people don't think, people steal your stuff. So do you use the sign in and out sheet, or how do you handle that specifically?
We don't utilize a sign in sign out sheet. I think I think mostly we rely on the person who, that counts our equipment. Whenever we have everybody like turn it in, they'll keep a mental note of it. But that's actually a good idea. We might actually start doing that. But we did have somebody somehow, some way took off with the best piece of equipment that, in my opinion, was absolutely awesome. Was Jeremy Jones's progeny spirit box, and I think we lost my dad.
We did, but he'll come back.
It's called the progeny, and
you had to go talk to a few spirits, you know.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
No, yeah. So what the progeny is, it's a spirit box, but it not only does it just loop through radio frequencies. Okay, Camille. Sorry, that was my dog.
Oh, your dog? She's talking?
Yeah, she always talks. So it does the frequency forward, and then it reverses. Like it goes
Right.
forward and backwards, forward and backwards. You ask, and you'll ask a question like, "Can you tell me where you are in this room?" "I'm behind you."
I love it
like,
when you have devices that actually get to talk, instead of just like rumbling around. Can you knock twice? It's like, come on, like that's so, to me, that's so like boring. I mean, I know it's fun and for people who are just starting, but I'm like yourself. I want to get to the meat and bones. I'm like, I want to know who it is. Like, who am I talking to?
Oh, nice for you to join us, sir.
Welcome back, Dad.
People don't understand when I'm on. They call anyway.
We were talking about different devices and how you guys, what do you do for your security to make sure nobody mooches your gear or takes off with some of your gear? And he was talking about one of the good pieces of equipment that got walked away.
Yeah. Oh, the Poltercom?
Yeah, the Poltercom progeny, yeah.
Yeah. That was the best piece of equipment I ever had.
Yep.
What's another one of your favorite pieces of equipment that y'all like?
Besides the flashlight?
Yeah, I like the flashlight. I do like the flashlight because that is so easy and it's so convenient.
The on-off twist, yeah. You don't have to walk around with a bag full of gear, right?
Yeah.
You can always wear a utility belt and strap all your stuff to it, right? But now you like more the old school stuff.
I like all the. I like the millimeters. I like the Paralights. The Paralight is awesome. Have you got the Paralight with it runs up and down that rings?
Right. Yeah, I like that one. And have you tried the one with the strings? With the lights.
I like that one because you can tell it. With the Paralight, you can tell them which color to hit, whether it's orange or blue or green or red or whatever. And when it hits just that, like if it's exactly. So you're talking to something. What do you call it? Intelligent. So
they're my favorite, the intelligent ones. And when you get I like the Ovilus, and some people don't believe in it, or just like I like the actual conversation.
I like the Ovilus.
Yeah, like a spirit box or an Ovilus. They're my favorite because you get a full-on conversation.
Yeah,
and it just gets next level, and it's
absolutely
intelligent. Tell us about your intelligent ones. What did they say?
So we just did a investigation last weekend at the Glen Rose Courthouse, and we got a lot of intelligent responses, mostly on the flashlight, and we got a couple of responses on our EVP, which another favorite of mine is
the EVP is what's awesome.
Yes.
EVP is awesome.
So what kind of EVP did you get?
Man, we had a couple really good ones, but for the life of me, I cannot remember which one said what. I'm gonna have to go back and look at the videos that I took.
Digital recorder, or did it come up on something else?
So it came up on the REVP. So what the REVP is another invention by Jeremy Jones. And what you do is you'll ask the question, or you can ask the question while you're hitting record, but you'll record it for about anywhere between 20 to 30 seconds. I recommend 20 seconds. You'll hit record, and then once you're done with it, you can immediately play it back, because that microphone is so super sensitive. It'll pick up a conversation from outside the building.
It'll pick up a dog's fart.
Yeah, buddy.
But now
that's one of the things that we got. That's one of the things we got is that we couldn't understand what it was saying, but there was a response, and then there was a full conversation below that.
Oh,
that's what I was thinking about. Yes.
Okay, cool.
And it was deathly quiet in the courtroom.
Yes, it was.
Okay. So do you ever pick up anything on a different device, like on a video cam or something that you didn't suspect?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Like my handy cam, night vision camera that I've had forever, and it's still rocking and rolling. we can. I got so many EVPs off of that. It's
Did you?
insane.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah,
Love
and
it.
what's really weird. What's really weird is I have a recorder rolling at the same time, but I didn't
Mhm.
get nothing off the recorder. But it's on the camera recording,
Isn't it
Mhm.
weird when that
and
happens,
it's
right? Yeah.
yes, and
Yeah.
it's
And
perfect.
you'll be home reviewing evidence going, oh, come here, look what I got, right?
Mhm.
And it's too bad
Exactly.
you couldn't get it or hear it while you were there. Or do you ever get stuff when you're not investigating and but the camera's still rolling and then it's commenting on what y'all are doing or what you're talking about?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, we gotten plenty of those. Yeah,
It's
Yeah.
what we
I
call
got one that says, "Do you hear what they're saying?"
yeah, I remember that one.
Those ones are so fun, right? Because it's completely not
Yes,
expected and it's hilarious a lot of times. We get one person in our team, we call
exactly.
him Ghost Bait. Well, he gets sworn at all the time. He's been called every name in the book. And
That
it's always so
that
funny. Do you get called stuff too? You do? Why
I'm
do you think that
always being
happens,
called out.
Brandon? Why?
I mean, it's like on the Ovilus. The Ovilus does the God, I now can't. I'm getting over this crap. The Ovilus does
It's
not
a
have
long
curse
day
words in
for
it.
you. It doesn't, right?
The words
No.
are hard, as Brandon would say.
words are hard.
But have you ever gotten
Yeah,
any
like
Texas
the
slang come up
Ovilus
to you?
doesn't have curse words in it,
Right? Yeah.
Hmm.
And
right?
what did it?
Yep,
Yeah.
that
What
does
did it
not
say
have
to
any curse
you?
words.
You
But
don't have to
yeah,
say the word, but
I've been, I've been, I've been called the F word. I don't know how many times.
I got called the B word a couple of investigations ago.
ours got called a wanker, an
Yeah,
a-hole, the
yeah.
B word, like ending in a D. And it was just really hilarious. And that person usually we call him ghost bait, but he doesn't interact with the ghosts. And then I asked the spirit, I said, why do you keep calling out this person? And I said, is it because he don't believe as much? He's more of like a Scully. And it said, yes. It said, because they don't believe as much. They
Right.
keep swearing
Mhm.
at them. Are you like that, Greg? Are you like, do you sometimes get kind of skeptical? Like, yeah, right kind of thing? Or,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yep. I
yeah,
do. And you have to be. If you don't, then you're going to be. Everything's a devil.
Yeah,
So
pretty
you
much.
do. You have to be.
yeah, you don't want to be
You have
like
to
that.
be.
That's for sure.
I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie. One of my favorite EVPs that we caught was actually really early on in our career. It was at the Motley County Jail, and there was this guy kind of was trying to like take over the sweep, like just like talking, and he just kept talking, and he kept talking, and he kept talking more. We had an EVP that literally says, "Shut the f up."
That's
Wow,
true. I
that's
got it
so
somewhere.
funny.
And
Now, what
yeah.
about in your own houses? You ever brought anything home?
Oh, I've always had something following me since my oppression.
But now tell me about some of the stuff that you get at your house. And we've had some weird ass stuff going down at our
Oh, I
house
get it.
too.
My my whole life. Uh,
Whoops.
there's
Yeah, tell us about
there's
some of it.
yeah, but there's one particular spirit that's around me all the time, and when I don't when I go days or weeks without really acknowledging anything like that, just as I'm about to fall asleep, it'll slap the hell out of my headboard or hit the
Mhm.
wall next to me,
Oh,
loud as hell,
and what
and
do
I'm
you
like,
say to it?
I go, okay, sorry, my bad. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Yeah,
I
good
know you're
night.
here. Don't
Yeah,
jack with me while I'm sleeping.
I hate it when they creep up on you and then say something like, "Ooh, that sandwich looks
Oh,
good," or something like that. You know, it's like, dude, leave me alone. I'm trying to have
yeah.
my lunch, right?
They're, right. They'll whisper in your ear too. It's like, seriously? What the heck?
What about you, Brandon? What did I do to you?
Oh, they I'll hear someone saying, are you gonna come in here?" like while I'm laying down in the bed, and it's not Danielle, because last I checked, I didn't marry a man, so I'll hear, "Are you gonna come in here?" And then shortly afterwards I'll hear like something like that,
Yeah.
and I'm like, "Okay, hi, yes, I'm trying to go to bed."
Well, what does your dog do? What does your dog react to that?
She a lot of the times I can't tell if she's like reacting to that or something going on outside, because she'll just sit there and she'll just keep growling, but she'll be
Oh,
looking outside, and then other times she'll be growling and she's facing towards the kitchen. So
okay.
it could always be either or, but I know she senses it too. Uh, Danielle hasn't really seen anything or heard anything, but we do. There's a lot of times where we think we are misplacing things, but
Right.
like I'll keep the remote usually right in front of my TV or on the little stand that's right next to our couch.
Right.
And then 2 minutes later I'll look over and it's gone, and it's on the dresser.
Yeah, we've had some weird stuff going on
Yeah.
with our remote before too, and our cat does some weird ass stuff. Like he's
Mhm.
singing 3 o'clock in the morning and carrying every toy he owns into certain parts of the house, like that are hotspots. It's
Mhm.
really weird. But have you had other people witness stuff like that or hear stuff like that? Because people watching us are thinking, yeah, these people are freaking nuts. No, we're not, because we've had other people in the house at the same time hear and see the same thing. Have you had witnesses to your events?
I haven't had any witnesses. I don't know if you had, Dad, or not, but one thing that I will say is people aren't going to really believe in it until they experience it on their own.
100%. You hit the tail on the donkey right there. That is so true. Yep. Because Greg,
Right.
you were talking about earlier
I got
about being a skeptic, right? Tell me about that.
well, I mean, sometimes, especially with other people, and they'll see or say something about they heard that or they whatever. I'm like, I just look at them like, are you making something up? Because I didn't see or hear anything, and I'm usually good at seeing and hearing everything.
Right.
So then I start testing them a little bit, and then they don't know it. So I go, "Oh, did you hear that? Yeah, I heard that. I didn't hear nothing. I'm just saying that. You see what you say."
We get that. We'll get
I
those.
love that. That's funny. Okay.
We'll get a couple of people that will come to our events, and they'll make fun of it just to kind of like
Piss you off?
I wouldn't say like
Yeah.
they're just pissing off. They're like wanting to piss us off, but I mean it could more than likely be just that. But at the same time, like they don't want to be there, and they're just like, oh my god. I had a guy literally try and like he fake snored like he was sleeping in one of my. And we were in Jefferson. We were in the French Townhouse, and he was like,
Don't you hate guests like that? It's like, why did you buy a ticket? Probably because their girlfriend or boyfriend dragged them there and they didn't want to go, right? So now they're there and
Right.
they're heckling, right?
Yeah.
So that's kind of to me like a heckler. What do you do with them?
Yeah.
I ignore it.
Yeah.
And I'll focus my attention on the people that are actually interested in asking questions, wanting to be more involved with it. I'll focus my energy on them. Those guys, hey, sorry if you don't want to be here, but you're here, so
yeah, it doesn't matter like what event you're going to set up. There's always going to be that one person, right? But I mean,
you just fail.
Yeah, you just got to deal with them and move along, right?
We had
That's right.
One of our Veterans Day investigations that we did. I think it was in 2023. We had a couple of participators come in, and they were drinking, and we were in the Langdon Center, and they spilt their drink, and Dad was like not having it.
Oh yeah,
because
I lost my shit.
Uh-oh.
Can't say that on the air.
Place.
He lost his stuff. Yeah. So what happened then? You kick him out or what?
Yeah.
Yep, I made them clean up first.
Yeah, because we have the ability to do that, right? As a citizen or whatever, when you're doing your event, we usually tell folks up front, hey, if you do this or that, then that's it, you're out, and there's no strike 1, 2, or 3, you're just out. Bye-bye. So
Absolutely.
That's the thing about hosting events, right? But now, you, besides hosting events, you talked about going into people's homes and stuff. Which do you do more events or?
Well, here lately we've been
lately we've done more events, but we're
Go ahead, Daddle.
I was gonna say here lately we're starting to go back to our roots and doing actual paranormal investigations and stuff like that. So, but I think we're gonna do another Charity Ghost Hunt here pretty soon.
Paranormal.
Okay, yeah. So at people's homes and that, you mean?
Yes.
Okay. So how do people reach out to you if they want something like that done?
They can go to our Facebook and DM us and say, hey, this is what we're doing right now. My wife is home. Everybody say hello to the lovely and beautiful Danielle.
Hi, Danielle.
Hello.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
They'll reach out to us and we'll come up with a plan to meet with them, to schedule a phone call, schedule a time to go to their house and do a quick walkthrough and see what we can find, see if we can explain what they're experiencing. Because a lot of what we do, believe it or not, we know ghosts exist, we know spirits are out there, but a lot of things that people might be experiencing could easily be explained. Like it's an old house, so the roof is going to settle, or you got leaky pipes in the ceiling or in the walls, something like that. If they're in a room that has a lot of electricity, it's what we call a fear cage.
Right.
That could be a reason why they're feeling like they're being watched or that they're not alone.
Right.
Stuff like that we can go in there and we can explain. But me personally, I would say 8 times out of 10, they legitimately got something going on.
Right. And we're also whenever we're at like Spooky Spectacle or HHL or any kind of other function like that, we have our RIP cards out there that shows all the ways to get a hold of us and talk to us and stuff like that too. So.
Okay, perfect. Well, guys, thank you so much for being on the show today. And again, I want to say thank you for both of y'all for your service. It really means a lot to everybody. And thank you for what you're doing with RIP and 22 a day. I mean, it's a big deal.
Thank you. It's our honor.
It was it was a pleasure as always to come back on the show.
Well, happy Veterans Day and happy Remembrance Day to everybody. Woohoo!
Happy Veterans Day, everybody.
Yeah.
Happy Veterans Day.
So I'm going to leave now with some Bog Team music. Y'all want to do another shout out to any of your fans before we head on out?
Go ahead, Brand. Knock it out.
RIP Army. Love you guys. Keep hunting. And I'm going to be a dad.
Woohoo! Yeah.
Yes, you
Let's
are.
bring that on home with some music. How about some 80s metal? Woohoo!
Heck yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Right on.
Here we go. Happy Veterans Day, everybody. Happy Remembrance Day, y'all, too.